Hello everyone, welcome to Game Time's Gameboy Game of the Month for August 2013, and it's none other than Donkey Kong for the original Game Boy. This game is just a lot of fun. It was among my first few Game Boy games. Currently playing it on the GameCube's Game Boy player, so we got a couple of fun little things here. I actually beat this quite some time ago, so I have every stage unlocked, but what this game is, when you think of Donkey Kong, you think of the old classic arcade game, and for the most part, that's how it starts off. It's very similar to the arcade version. Here we could go from the very beginning. As you can see, it was released in 1994, so. Love the cry for helps there. So here we start at the very first stage, and it's very much like maybe a mini version of Donkey Kong. You can grab the hammer and everything. However, Mario has some new moves. He can kind of jump up and like that, do some headstands, almost making these opening stages pretty easy, like we did there. We didn't even go for a lot of points with the hammer. So we climb up, and we get awarded points after each stage. There's 4 stages in this particular prelude world, or World 0. So we continue to climb up. Here's the pie stage, which is really a lost arcade stage. This is featured in the arcade stage when they have 4 stages originally, but on the NES version and Atari, etc., they never included the pie stage, so glad to see that here. And as you can tell, it's very simplified. It's a very shrunken down version of all these classic Donkey Kong stages, but pretty easy, I think. The game later on will get quite challenging. We even have a 1-up here already. How about that? Mario can also jump a lot better than he could in any of the arcade version of Donkey Kong. Definitely can take a little bit of a fall. Again with the points at the end of each stage. Finally we move on to the last of the prelude stages. But again, with that little headstand jump, it almost makes it a little too easy sometimes. Kind of wish there was a lot more of this in the game, but this is just the very beginning. We'll see what the rest of the stages look like here once we finish this up. I am going to use some hammer time with this. But now no one's coming around here. Alright. You can definitely tell by my lives on the upper right hand portion of the screen just how easy this game is. I have 75 lives. Make that 76. Like I said, I have beat this game originally. But here's where the twist comes in. On the Game Boy version. If you haven't played this game before, you definitely have not seen that coming. Alright, our brave plumber, or in this case, construction worker Mario, runs after the giant ape who stole his girlfriend Paulina. This is the main portion of the game itself, and we'll probably just do a quick stage or two. We won't keep this video necessarily too long this time. But at least a stage or two what the actual main portion of this Donkey Kong Game Boy version looks like. So we still have climbing ladders, and we're going to be dodging obstacles and whatnot. We can still do the headstand, little headstand jump. Get the hammer here for some points. We can even hit the B button and toss the hammer, like so, and grab some items. This series is actually still around today for the Nintendo handheld systems, Game Boy, DS, etc. You can throw a key and knock out enemies too, by the way. It's more commonly referred today as Mario vs. Donkey Kong. There's been a couple, and they had like Match of the Minis or whatever. And when you get all three items here on the Game Boy, we get to play some mini games here. Kind of a stop. Just one up, but that's okay. That gives us an even 80. The second stage. We have to get up to the locked door. It's kind of a fun little thing. We can kind of swing on this rope. I want to think on some of these you can swing on. That might come a little bit later. A lot of charming music, though. I really like the old school music in this game. But pretty much every stage here kind of revolves around getting the key and having to go through the locked door somewhere here in the level. There we go. There's our other mini game. Just kind of go through quickly there. I want to say it's maybe just those two, maybe a third one. I forget how many of those mini games that they do have. And then unlike the original arcade game, Mario can actually take a hit and survive. I'm purposely going to get hit here. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. It was a fall I was referring to. Oh, climb up, please. There we go. There's the swinging I was trying to do on that previous stage. As you can see there. Alright, let's finish up this stage here. We'll fight Donkey Kong in one of the game's boss battles, and we'll go from there. I like the ability to toss the hammer, jump, and then catch it again. That's kind of a fun feature. Our 1-up is back, so as you can see, even if we get killed as I did in that previous attempt, we can get our lives back. We won't be able to climb on that rope with the key, so I'm going to have to toss the key up there. And if we let it go for too long, as I'm doing right now, it's going to return back to where it originally was, like so. So we kind of have to, if you're going to leave the key, you have to time it just right. Alright, this will be the last stage we do. Every few stages there's sort of a boss battle, if you will, where we have to face off Donkey Kong again. This one he's sending a bunch of things down our way which we have to dodge while we climb up to him. If we don't jump at that time, we get knocked to the ground. Oh, that was I didn't mean to do. Once again, though, really great music. Get up, Mario! Oh, we didn't quite get up in time. This is challenging. I forget how fun these are. Oh, I got cornered there. Nice little halo once Mario gets flattened there. Alright, last attempt. I think we should be able to do it this time. We've been kind of fooling around, but I'm leaning forward in the chair, gripping my Game Boy controller very tightly, so we're determined to do it. There we go. So Donkey Kong takes Paulina once again, and we have to chase after him. So for every 100 points, you do get a bonus life, so we should get roughly 4 lives here. Now obviously these cutscenes kind of show different elements of the game. For example, there's the bridge out, so we have to get our own bridge. So that particular gaming element will now be used in the next few stages as well as throughout the rest of the game. We can save. So that is Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for subscribing and liking the video if you haven't. And yeah, if you've never played this game and have like a Game Boy Advance or original Game Boy, Game Boy Color, or a Game Boy Player for the GameCube, highly recommend it. I think it's probably on Nintendo's e-store by now, sort of a virtual console download. It does come highly recommended, and mixing old school Donkey Kong with some modern stages at the time, in '94, modern stages, makes it the August 13 Game Boy Game of the Month. Thanks everybody for watching. Kyle out. Everyone stay classic and take care. Thanks.